does the phrase living legend apply?
Geez, Mike, I'm not dead yet. Wait, am I?
The flash forward device puts an interesting spin on this season, and I'm wondering if that was always the plan to do that in the final season.
We have been toying with a flash forward aspect for a while. We actually tried it. I totally forgot about that. We tried it like in season 2 and it completely didn't work at all. It was like literally like, well, that's not going to work. But it's because it wasn't time yet.
Yeah, it was too early.
It was too early and there, you just weren't as invested yet. So when the decision was made, like, okay, it's season 5, let's bring it home. Let's bring it home, kids. We knew we wanted to do some version of it, and I think it actually became a little bigger as we got into like breaking the stories, because it really helped like hammer some things home that we thought was really fun. We got to torture Rachel with prosthetics, right?
Yeah,
It was fun.
That's true. And we also sometimes had the future comment on the current story and vice versa. So it gave us a lot of really interesting options that we weren't anticipating.
Was there any future development that the two of you like really debated? Something that stands out for me is Midge is married 4 times.
So many men.
You sound like my accountant.
I think we were pretty much on the same level. It's like as we went along, it was really finding the moments to do it without overdoing it. We knew that there was going to be one episode that leaned so far into it that there were flashbacks and flash forwards between flash forwards. So we always knew that we, at the very least, it had to comment on the current story. But no, we had fun quickly picking the anchor points in everyone's lives to see where they are, what was happening. So yeah, it was, I don't remember having any knockdowns.
I don't think we had any fights about that.
No. We fight more about BTS and
constantly.
How many times Amy watches their videos, much more.
And we had a lot of storylines to wrap up. So it also, it came into play a lot when we're talking about, because everyone had to come out of the season feeling like their character had been honored, like the storyline had been honored, the actors. The biggest weight on us was that we wanted this cast to walk away feeling like, all right, that was worth my time. That was worth all the treasure that I put into it. So I think it also came into play, especially if it could help us, bring one of those storylines home, or if it felt like it was in the way of something else that we needed, then it was tossed away pretty easily. So we did good.
We never knew what was coming, and we were so surprised.
From the first scene of when was it that we first found out about it? Oh, you mean? I guess it was getting the call saying go have a fitting. It was like go get your head scanned for,
which was traumatizing. Yeah, they pour all this goo over your head, and then we got yelled at because we posted a bunch of us shared posts,
and they're like, we don't want anyone to know this.
And we were like, what? They're gonna think we're doing Marvel movies. They're gonna have no idea that this is why we're getting our heads cast.
It was definitely shocking, but I loved it, and I loved the fact that I got to wear the prosthetics and see what I looked like in 20 years, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Did I tell you that my mom went with me?
Yeah, you did.
To the fitting for the prosthetics because they wanted
identical.
To see how I would actually age. And they kind of but they didn't really use her as a model. I ended up looking a lot more like my father. But that's unfortunate.
It's traumatizing. You glimpse your own mortality. It's not recommended, but it was fun to get a glimpse into the future and to understand at these pivotal points in their lives what happened and why, and to sort of drop in for brief moments in different periods in time. I mean, it was also confusing and intimidating. I asked Amy and Dan to make a flash forward timeline for me. I was like, when did she go to Carnegie Hall? How did she do there? I was 20,000 questions about
that. Would have been smart. I didn't do that. I just tried to figure it out as I went.
As I was watching the episodes, because the 60 Minutes piece in episode 2 was packed with so much information, including that Midge had been married 4 times.
Yeah.
And then as the season progressed, I was like making notes. Okay, that's 1 husband, that's 2 husbands. Well, we knew Joel, but it was just a lot to keep track of. But speaking of the 60 Minutes piece, were there any bombshells in there that really surprised you? Was it the fact that she had been married 4 times? Was it the fact that Susie and Midge were no longer on speaking terms? terms.
25-year friendship gone bust. What happened?
What happened, Mike, is that two people in show business tried to have a friendship.
All of the above. That one especially, because we.
Yeah, I was like, wait, am I fired?
Yeah,
Am
I was
not
like,
on the show
are we?
now? Is this a hint?
Alex was like, yes. No, that one for sure. We just didn't know why or what was going to happen. I was beating down their door. No one would tell me anything. I didn't think that Midge would get married again, let alone 4 times. Although learning that Midge got married 4 times, even in ways that you probably never see show up in the show, really informed something for me in the present day timeline too. That she maintains a sort of restlessness and curiosity and ambition and a relentless pursuit of that ambition. And sometimes the men in her life just don't make as much sense as this relationship does.
It made sense to me that she'd keep chasing that. You know, in the pilot, we have that scene where I'm like, I don't mind. You're like, but do you want to be alone like that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind being alone. I just don't want to be. You do mind being alone.
But she says,
She
I guess I
wants
thought
somebody.
she might commit to that idea because she, at the end of season 2, says, I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life. And I'm okay with that because now I'm pursuing this. This is my lover.
But I guess once she got very close with that lover and confident and saw some success, then
Yes.
it was like, well, now I don't want
What
to be alone
else?
again. Yeah.
Yeah.